This week we'll be going through a two-part series of legs up the wall. So for this one you'll need a wall that doesn't have any photographs or anything on it that you'll knock off, at least about 3 or 4 feet high. So your legs will be up it and you don't want to kick anything off. Also, it's nice to have something soft underneath you, but if you just have carpeting, that would be perfectly fine. So to start off, you're going to take your knees off to the side, lower yourself slowly down onto your back, and take your legs up the wall. Your hips might end up far from the wall, that's okay. You can also keep your knees bent if your hamstrings are a little tight, but you can also wiggle yourself closer to the wall and take your legs right up against it if that's available to you. You can stay in this position for quite some time, especially if your back is tight or you've been traveling or you're feeling quite emotional. This is a great position to allow yourself to settle and become grounded. It really softens that lower lumbar spine. So if your back ever goes out, this is the position to stay in. We'll move on just for interest of getting through the series. So bend through your knees, taking your feet up against the wall, and feel those knees pull in towards your chest. A little bit more of a rounding through the spine. From here, open your knees apart, take the soles of feet together, creating butterfly legs, pulling those heels in as close to the hips as possible. You can even take your hands to the inner thighs and give it a little push. Bringing your knees back together and extend your legs back up the wall. From here, start to open your legs into a V. You might stop anywhere along the line. You might also put a little bend in your knees, but if you can keep the legs straight and allow them to settle open, then do so. You might find that your legs are slightly imbalanced, that one leg can go down further than the other. That's okay. Just recognize that and see if you can slowly allow that leg that's a little tighter to settle open further, keeping both sides of the pelvis equally weighted down. And as you stay here, you might find you can wiggle those legs a little further, just nudging them towards the floor. And then softening at the knees, bring your legs back together. And that concludes part 1. Join us next week for part 2.